No one on Earth knew the moment they arrived. The sky looked the same. The oceans moved as always. Cities were loud and busy. Humanity continued its normal life, unaware that something ancient and powerful had turned its eyes toward their small, blue world. Far beyond Earth, an immortal race watched in silence. They called themselves the Eternals. They had lived for millions of years. Time did not touch them. Disease did not weaken them. War did not scare them. Across the galaxy, they were known as rulers, conquerors, and judges of lesser species. To the Eternals, humanity was nothing special. From their massive observation ship, they studied Earth. They saw humans fight each other. They saw borders, weapons, and fear. They saw short lives filled with chaos and emotion. Primitive, one of the Eternal commanders said. They age quickly, another added. They die easily, their leaders agreed. Humans were clever, but weak, brave at times but divided. The Eternals had destroyed worlds stronger than this one. Earth was marked as easy. For days, they watched without acting. Every signal, every broadcast, every military move was recorded. Human satellites never noticed the shadow moving between stars. The Eternals' technology bent light itself. To human eyes, space was empty. Then, without warning, the observation phase ended. In one moment, every major satellite around Earth went silent. Air traffic systems failed. Communication towers flickered. Astronomers around the world stared at their screens in confusion. Something large had appeared in orbit, blocking signals like a dark curtain. Panic spread slowly at first. Then all at once, military radars detected objects the size of cities hovering above the planet. They did not move. They did not attack. They simply waited. The Eternals wanted to be seen now. From their command ship, the High Overseer watched Earth carefully. He had ruled over many conquered worlds. Each one followed the same pattern: fear, resistance, and then surrender. Send the message, he ordered calmly. Across every screen on Earth, phones, televisions, computers, even emergency systems, one signal broke through. The image was simple. A tall, silver figure stood in darkness. Its eyes glowed softly, cold, and endless. Its voice was deep, clear, and emotionless. "People of Earth," the figure said, "you have been observed. You have been judged. The world stopped breathing. You exist by chance." The voice continued. "Your species is weak. Your time is short. We are eternal." Cities went silent. Governments froze. Soldiers stood still, unsure if their weapons meant anything anymore. "We are the Eternals," the figure said, "an immortal superior race." The Kunkwa message was not loud. It did not need to be. Every word carried weight. Your planet will now be claimed. In underground bunkers, leaders argued. Some shouted orders. Others prayed. A few simply stared at the walls, feeling very small. The Eternals did not wait for a reply. Above Earth's atmosphere, one of their ships moved. Slowly, carefully, it fired a single beam toward an empty desert far from any city. There was no explosion, no fire. The ground simply vanished. Miles of land turned into smooth glass in seconds. Sensors showed energy levels far beyond anything humanity had ever created. The message was clear. "This is a demonstration," the alien voice said. "Not an attack." Fear spread faster than any virus. Social media exploded with panic. Some people cried. Some screamed. Some ran. Others watched the sky in silent disbelief. The High Overseer observed human reactions with interest. "They are afraid," a commander said. "Yes," the Overseer replied. "Fear comes before obedience." But something else appeared in the data. Human networks did not collapse. Emergency teams worked faster. Doctors stayed in hospitals. Strangers helped each other in the streets. Even under fear, humans connected. The Eternals noticed but dismissed it. Emotion will not save them. The overseer said. After 1 hour of silence, a final message was sent. You have two choices, the alien voice said. Submit peacefully, and serve or resist and be erased. The transmission ended. Above the planet, the alien fleet remained still, like gods waiting for worship. On Earth, humanity stood at the edge of history. They were afraid. They were confused, but they were not gone, and the Ethernals had no idea. This was only the beginning. Earth did not answer the alien message right away. Minutes passed. Then hours. The Ethernals waited, calm and confident. Every world they had conquered reacted the same way. Fear always won. Surrender always followed, but Earth was different. Across the planet, people gathered around screens, radios, and emergency broadcasts. Families held each other. Strangers stood side by side. Fear was everywhere, but so was anger. In underground command centers, world leaders argued loudly. We cannot fight them, some said. Their power is beyond us. If we resist, we will die. Others warned, but not everyone agreed. A quiet voice spoke from the back of the room. If we surrender, the voice said, we lose everything without even trying. The room fell silent. On the streets, something strange was happening. Instead of chaos, people were helping each other. Doctors stayed at hospitals. Engineers returned to power stations. Soldiers did not run. They waited. Humanity was afraid, but it was awake. High above Earth, the Ethernals watched this behavior with confusion. They have not submitted. One commander said, they will. Another replied, they always do. The High Overseer studied the data carefully. Human communication was intense. Billions of messages moved across damaged networks. Not cries for mercy, but plans. They are organizing, the Overseer said slowly. Impossible, a commander replied. They are divided. Yes, the Overseer said. But pressure changes things. To push humanity faster, the Overseer ordered another demonstration. This time, the target was not empty land. A small coastal military base vanished in a silent flash of light. No warning. No survivors. Just smooth glass where steel once stood. Message was brutal. Fear returned stronger than before. But something unexpected followed, across the world. People did not beg. They watched. They remembered. In a small research lab, a group of human scientists replayed the alien attack again and again. They slowed it down. They measured energy patterns. They compared data. One scientist leaned forward. The beam bends space, she said, but only for a moment. Another frowned. You're saying it's not perfect? No weapon is perfect, she replied. At the same time, military analysts noticed something else. The alien ships did not move often. They stayed still, confident, almost careless. They think we can't touch them, one officer said. That may be their weakness, another replied. Above Earth, the Ethernals grew impatient. Send the final warning, the Overseer ordered. The alien image appeared again across human screens. You have wasted your time, the voice said. Your resistance is meaningless. A pause followed. In 7 of your days, this planet will be fully claimed. Then came the words that changed everything. Kneel or be erased. The transmission ended. For a long moment, Earth was silent. Then something incredible happened. A human signal pushed through the broken networks. It was weak, imperfect, but real. It did not come from one country. It came from many at once. A single sentence appeared on screens around the world. We do not kneel. The Ethernals froze. Trace the signal, a commander ordered. There are thousands, another replied. Millions. The Overseer's calm cracked for the first time. They are refusing, he said quietly. On Earth, that message spread like fire. People repeated it in shelters, in hospitals, in dark rooms and open streets. We do not kneel. Soldiers stood taller. Engineers worked faster. Scientists stopped doubting themselves. Humanity had chosen. They would not win by strength. They would not win by technology. They would win by refusing to break. High above, the Eternals adjusted their plans. Prepare the invasion fleets, the Overseer ordered. If they want war, we will teach them their place. But as alien ships began to move, something small escaped their notice. Human satellites, old, damaged, forgotten, were waking up. And for the first time in millions of years, an immortal race had made a mistake. The Eternals believed the hardest part was over. Humanity had refused to kneel, yes, but refusal was not victory. In every war the Eternals had fought, resistance always ended the same way. Fear broke courage. Time broke hope. They expected Earth to break soon. What they did not expect was deception. Across the planet, human government sent a new signal into space. It was slow, weak, almost desperate. We accept your rule, the message said. We are preparing to surrender. The words were chosen carefully. Above Earth, alien commanders watched the transmission with cold smiles. They are lying, one commander said. Of course, another replied. But lies do not change outcomes. The High Overseer studied the signal deeply. Human voices trembled. Heart rates spiked. Stress levels were real. They are afraid, he said. Fear always speaks truth. He allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. Begin Phase 1 occupation, the Overseer ordered. Massive alien ships moved closer to Earth's orbit. Smaller craft separated from the fleet, descending slowly toward the atmosphere. They did not hide. They did not rush. They had nothing to fear. On Earth, the sky burned with strange light as alien craft entered the air. People watched from cities and shelters. Some cried. Some prayed. Others recorded everything. But behind closed doors, a different story was unfolding. Human scientists, soldiers, and engineers worked in silence. This surrender was not real. It was bait. In a hidden facility, a young engineer stared at a screen filled with alien signal data. They rely on automated control during landing, he said. Too confident to go manual, a military officer nodded. They don't expect resistance. They won't, the engineer replied. Not like this. As the first alien landing craft reached lower atmosphere, something unexpected happened. Human satellites, old models, damaged, forgotten, activated at once. They did not attack. They did not transmit messages. They listened. For exactly 3 seconds, human systems captured alien control signals. 3 seconds was enough. Deep inside the alien craft, systems flickered. One ship drifted slightly off course. Eternals noticed immediately. Stabilize formation, a commander ordered, but the human trick had already begun. Ground-based human weapons fired not missiles, not lasers, but signal bursts. Pure noise, chaos, random patterns designed to confuse. Not destroy. Alien shields blocked energy, but they did not block confusion. One landing craft tilted sharply and crashed into the ocean. Another lost power and burned up in the sky. Inside the command ship, alarm sounded. That is impossible, an alien commander said. They cannot interfere with our systems. They just did, another replied. The Overseer's eyes narrowed. Analyze the interference. He commanded. The data came quickly and shocked them. Humans were not overpowering alien technology. They were misusing it. They are learning from us, a commander said quietly. On Earth, people watched alien craft fall from the sky. For the first time, the immortal race looked vulnerable. Cheers echoed in shelters. But the greatest shock came moments later. A human strike team reached the crash site of one alien craft. The soldiers moved carefully, expecting death. Inside the wreckage, they found something impossible. An alien commander. Dead. Not damaged. Not wounded. Dead. News of it reached alien leadership within seconds. The command chamber fell silent. One of us has fallen. A voice whispered. The High Overseer stood slowly. That has never happened, he said. Across the galaxy, the Eternals were feared because they did not die. Their bodies healed, their minds endured. But now, one lay cold on a human world. On Earth, scientists studied the alien body. They did not celebrate. They focused. This race is not invincible, one said. Just advanced. And advanced. Things can break, another replied. High above, the Overseer made a decision. Change tactics, he ordered. No more mercy. But deep inside his mind, something new had formed. Not fear, but doubt, because for the first time in millions of years, mortals had killed an immortal, and the war had truly begun. The fall of the alien craft changed everything. For the first time, the Eternals did not control the war. High above Earth, their fleet pulled back slightly. Not because they were weak, but because they were thinking. Immortals were not used to surprises. They were used to victory. The High Overseer watched the burning wreckage on the planet below. Humans are adapting, he said. Faster than expected. That single sentence carried something dangerous. Concern. On Earth, fear still existed, but it no longer ruled. People had seen the impossible. An alien ship destroyed. An immortal killed. The idea spread quickly. They can bleed. And if they can bleed, they can lose. Human command centers changed their strategy. No longer did they wait for attacks. No longer did they hide and react. Humanity made a choice. They would stop defending. They would begin hunting. Small human strike teams moved quietly across the planet. Using alien wreckage, scientists created new tools. Crude, imperfect, but effective, human. Weapons were upgraded with alien parts. Human sensors learned alien patterns. Every battle became a lesson. The Eternals noticed. Human attacks became fast and unpredictable. Not large armies. Not massive strikes. Ambushes. Supply ships disappeared. In space, communication relays went silent. Small alien bases stopped responding. Inside the alien fleet, frustration grew. They should not be able to do this, a commander said. They are using our technology against us, another replied. The Overseer said nothing. He watched. Data showed something disturbing. Human soldiers did not fight for conquest. They did not fight for glory. They fought for each other. When one unit was trapped, another rushed in, without orders. When a city lost power, volunteers fixed it under fire. When supplies ran low, people shared. The Eternals had never faced this. Most conquered species broke into chaos. Humans grew stronger. In one battle over the ocean, an alien warship was surrounded by small human crafts. The alien ship could destroy them easily, but the humans did not attack the hull. They attacked the engines. The alien ship lost control and crashed into the sea. Human ships escaped, damaged but alive. Inside the alien command ship, alarms rang again. Our losses are increasing, a commander reported. Unacceptable, the Overseer replied. He ordered a new tactic. End this quickly, he said. Strike their spirit. Alien weapons targeted human cities, not to destroy them completely, but to break morale. Power grids failed. Communication lines burned. Darkness spread. The Eternals expected panic. Instead, candles appeared in windows. Radios came back online. Handwritten messages replaced screens. People refused to disappear. Humanity did not collapse. It adapted. In a ruined city, a group of human civilians guided soldiers through hidden paths. In a hospital with no power, doctors worked by hand. In shelters, children were taught stories of courage, not fear. The Eternals watched this behavior in silence. They do not know when to surrender, a commander said. They know exactly when not to, the Overseer replied. For the first time, the immortal leader felt something unfamiliar. Respect. But respect did not stop him. Prepare the final assault, he ordered. Target Earth's core systems. End this war. The alien fleet began to move into attack formation. On Earth, human sensors detected the change. Scientists looked at the data and went quiet. They are going for everything. One whispered. Human leaders shared one look. Then they smiled. Good, one said. That means they're afraid. Deep beneath the planet, something ancient and human-powered activated. A system built in secrecy. Not perfect. Not safe. But ready. As alien weapons charged in orbit, humanity stood united. No longer defending. No longer running. Waiting. Because the greatest mistake the Ethernals made was teaching humanity how to fight back. The Ethernals believed the war could still be ended in one strike. They had faced resistance before. Some species fought hard. Some surprised them. But in the end, power always decided the outcome. So the High Overseer gave the order that had ended countless worlds. Target Earth's core systems, he said. Remove their ability to resist. Alien fleets moved into perfect formation around the planet. Energy gathered in their weapons, brighter than stars. The plan was simple. Break the planet's power, its oceans, and its skies. Leave humanity alive but helpless. From orbit, Earth looked small. Fragile. Expendable. On the surface, human sensors screamed warnings. Scientists and commanders knew what was coming. They are not trying to destroy us, one analyst said. They want to cripple us. Human leaders exchanged calm looks. That is their mistake. One replied. Deep beneath Earth's surface, hidden far from cities, a sealed chamber opened for the first time in decades. Ancient machines awakened, powered by human design and human fear. The system was called Ares. It was never meant to be used. Ares was not a weapon. It was a mind, built from human logic, human chaos, and human emotion. It learned differently. It did not predict perfectly. It adapted violently. As alien weapons fired, beams of energy struck Earth's oceans and power grids. Seas boiled. Skies burned. Darkness fell across continents. The Ethernals watched calmly. Then Earth answered. Ares connected to every remaining human system. Old satellites, broken drones, civilian networks, even personal devices. It did not ask permission. It learned. Alien signals flooded space. Ares listened. Alien weapons recalibrated. Ares adapted faster. In orbit, alien ships began to malfunction. Targeting systems drifted. Energy outputs spiked and failed. What is happening? An alien commander demanded. Our systems are being mirrored, another replied. They are copying us. No, the overseer said slowly. They are improving. Human counterattacks followed, not as one strike, but thousands of small ones. Drones swarmed alien ships. Hacked signals turned shields inward. Engines overloaded. An entire alien battle group vanished in a silent explosion. For the first time, the Ethernals panicked. They should not be able to do this. A commander shouted. They are using emotion, the overseer replied, his voice tight, unstable but powerful. On Earth, humans felt the cost. Ares pushed systems beyond safety. Cities shook. Power surged and failed. Some systems burned out forever. Humanity accepted the risk. Better to burn bright than kneel forever. In space, the alien fleet began to fracture. Orders conflicted. Ships collided. Immortal warriors died in numbers never seen before. The overseer watched his empire break. All units, retreat, he ordered. The word had not been spoken in millions of years, but retreat did not come easily. Human forces chased fleeing ships, striking supply lines, blocking jump points. The hunters had become the hunted. In the chaos, the overseer made one final move. Prepare the annihilation weapon, he said. If Earth cannot be ruled, it will not exist. Unknown to him, Ares had already learned that signal too deep. Within its code, the system made a human choice. Sacrifice. It rerouted all power into one strike, not to destroy, but to disable. A pulse unlike any before spread through space. Alien ships went dark, weapons died, engines fell silent, the immortal fleet froze, powerless. On Earth, Ari shut down forever. Human systems went quiet. The world held its breath. When the dust settled, Earth still stood. The alien fleet did not. The biggest mistake the Eternals made was not underestimating human strength. It was underestimating human will, and the war was not over yet. Silence filled space. Where once the Eternal fleet ruled the stars, now there was only drifting metal and powerless ships. Their weapons were dead. Their engines were silent. The immortal race floated in darkness. For the first time in their endless history, the Eternals felt helpless. On Earth, the sky was dark. Power was gone. Cities were quiet. But the planet still lived. Humanity had survived. The High Overseer stood alone in the command chamber. The great system screens were black. His fleet, his empire was broken. This should not be possible, he whispered. Immortals were not meant to lose. Human ships moved carefully through space, surrounding disabled alien vessels. They did not rush. They had learned patience from fear. Inside one alien ship, an Eternal commander watched humans approach. They are coming, he said. What are your orders? The Overseer closed his eyes. For the first time, he said slowly, we wait. Human boarding teams entered alien ships with caution. They expected traps. They expected monsters. Instead, they found silence. Immortal warriors sat frozen, their advanced bodies unable to heal without power. Their eyes still burned, but now with something new. Fear. A human soldier stepped forward and raised his weapon. His hands shook. He had lost family, friends, cities. He could end it all, but he did not fire. We end this, he said quietly. Not become them. Across the fleet, similar moments happened. Humans captured alien leaders. They disarmed weapons. They secured ships. They did not celebrate. They remembered the cost. The High Overseer was taken last. Humans brought him aboard a damaged command ship. He stood tall, even in defeat. His body still looked perfect. His mind still sharp. You could kill me, he said calmly. End our threat forever. A human commander met his gaze. No, she replied. You will live and remember. The Overseer studied her face. He searched for weakness. He found none. You are not immortal, he said. Your species will fade. Maybe, she replied. But we choose what we are while we live. That answer shook him. Data from across the galaxy began to arrive. Other species were watching, recording, learning. The fall of the Eternals spread like fire through the stars. An immortal race defeated by mortals. On Earth, people slowly stepped outside. They looked at the sky. No beams, no explosions, just stars. Families found each other. Cities began to rebuild. Humanity was wounded, but united. Above the planet, the alien fleet was forced into retreat. Their remaining ships jumped away, carrying fear with them. The Overseer was given one final message to send, a warning. To all who listen, he said, his voice heavy. Earth is not weak. Humanity is not prey. The transmission spread far. Beyond human space, the galaxy changed that day. As the Overseer was led away, he spoke one last truth. We were eternal, he said. But you endure. Humanity did not cheer. They simply stood, because they knew the universe would never see them the same way again. The war ended without a final explosion. No victory parade filled the skies. No loud celebration echoed across Earth. After everything humanity had lost, silence felt more honest. Above the planet, the last Eternal ships drifted away from Earth's orbit. They did not fire. They did not turn back. They simply left. They had learned enough. On Earth, the sun rose over broken cities and quiet oceans. Smoke still climbed into the sky, but life moved beneath it. Humans walked into the streets, not as soldiers or victims, but as survivors. Humanity had changed. In a guarded chamber, the High Overseer stood before human leaders one last time. His immortal body showed no age, but his eyes were heavy. "You have defeated us," he said. "What is your final judgment?" The room was calm. A human representative stepped forward. "We will not rule you," she said, "and we will not destroy you." The Overseer was surprised. "Then why let us live?" he asked. "Because fear created this war," she replied, "and memory will prevent the next one." The humans prepared a single transmission. It was not a threat. It was not a demand. It was a message, broadcast across every known star system. The human signal traveled farther than any weapon ever had. "This is Earth," the message said. "We are not immortal. We are not perfect." A pause followed. "But we do not surrender our future." The message showed images not of battles, but of people. Humans rebuilding cities. Humans helping the wounded. Humans standing together. Under the stars, to those who watch, the message continued. "Do not mistake kindness for weakness." The galaxy listened. Ancient races that had hidden from the Ethernals now spoke openly. Younger species changed their star maps. Earth was marked with a new title. Forbidden's WRL not because humans were monsters, but because they fought like one. The High Overseer was escorted to a distant system, far from Earth. As his ship jumped away, he looked back once more. "You are not eternal," he whispered, "but you are dangerous." Back on Earth, humanity returned to its world. Nations still existed. Differences remained, but something powerful had been born. Unity under threat. Children grew up hearing stories of the day the sky burned and the day humans refused to kneel. Not as legends, as truth. Years later, human ships began to explore beyond their system. Not as conquerors, as guardians. And across the galaxy, whenever a great power looked toward Earth with hunger, they remembered humans were not immortal, but they were unstoppable. And the universe would never forget the day humanity stood its ground.